So if you don't have any coffee or water, I've got both. You can always grab some and have that next to you. You do not need any props specifically, but if you do tend towards the land of the tight hamstrings, a block could be nice. A block or possibly even two. They all are also great for helping you lift up when we do some of those core lifts to lift back and forth. And I promise I will not kill you today. This is for Catherine. She said, don't kill me. I'm like, you'll be okay. You've taken this class before. Maybe it's just been a while. So blocks, no blocks. We don't need anything else. You and a mat. You could do this practice though without any equipment, which is, yoga is great for that because you don't even need shoes. Like to go running, you need shoes, usually. So with yoga, you can come onto your floor, your carpet, and get started. So we're going to do just that, get started. And we'll start today seated in a comfortable position. I am going to sit on my heels with my knees forward. This is comfortable for me. My ankles do a weird flexible thing. But if it's not, sit in a regular cross-legged position. And then starting to take some deep inhales in and out through the nose. As you start to drop in to this space, this place into your body. You can close the eyes or look down. And bring your awareness, your thoughts, your mind directly onto your breath and how it's flowing in and out. In this practice, we use Oje Pranayama, or breath of victory. You put a slight constriction in the back of your throat. As you exhale, it's like you're saying ha, H-A, and then closing your mouth. So you're fogging a window without opening your mouth. Sounds like you're letting the air out of a tire. Much like an ocean breath. That's going to help our heat collect and pool in this Dantian center area, and where we stem all of our movement. So it's going to help us gain heat and then cleanse our bodies. Take one more deep breath. Reach those hands up as you inhale. Exhale, take it forward to hands and knees. So now you can come over the cross legs or roll forward to hands and knees. Simple cat and cow to wake up. So I know that sometimes it can be nice to get some movement into the spine right away. Keep going. And come back to neutral position. Walk the hands forward, tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Lift those hips up and back. Bend the knees one at a time. Just to get some looseness, tightness out of the hamstrings and into little flexibility and some blood flow. Walk the feet forward to ragdoll position, which is a forward fold, just hanging out. Grab the elbows, shake out the head. And then release the hands and roll yourself up slowly to our standing pose. Standing mountain. Hands to your heart. Bring the feet together, or they can be slightly apart. What's best for stability for you? And then we will begin our practice doing an Om. So if you'd like to join along in this Om, please do. If not, that's okay. You can listen along. So you take a deep breath in first and let it go. And next one for an Om. Inhale. Om. Lovely. Bring your hands down. We'll do Sun Salutation A. We'll do 3 of them today rather than 5. Reach your hands up, inhale. Exhale, open the arms, dive down, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands and step back. As you do that, lower down, shifting forward. Keep exhaling, chaturanga. You can come to the knees or toes. Lift to up dog, inhale, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Now there are several ways to get into that flow, including coming to your belly and finding a cobra pose. So you do what's best for you, and we'll meet in down dog for 5 breaths after each one. There's 3. 4. 5. Step, jump, or hop forward. Walk forward. I always go slow on the first couple. Half lift, inhale. Pressing the hands into the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, straight legs, flat back. Exhale, let it go. Standing tall, mountain pose, Samasthiti. Do that again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take it back, step back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold it here, 5 breaths. Take a deep inhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Let's take it forward. Step or jump forward. Half lift. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold, slowing down that breath. Inhale, rise, stand up. Exhale, hands down. Again, inhale, reach up, sweep the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, gazing at the top of the mat. Exhale, chaturanga. If you jump back, lower right away. Be careful on your lower back. Hug your abs in. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, using that core strength to guide you back, downward facing dog. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. Step or hop. Top of the mat, half lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Make it tall stance. Exhale, Samasthiti. Sun Salutation B, bent knees, sit back, reach up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga, exhaling. No pauses there. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. We'll do a pause here though. Take a deep breath in. If you need, we lift that right leg behind you. Exhale, step the right foot between the hands, low lunge. Spin the back heel down, warrior 1, rise up. Hips stay forward, connect the hands, look up. Exhaling slowly back to the ground. Step the right foot back, hold it here. Just for a moment, inhale. To remind you to shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, pause or lift the left leg behind you. Exhale, step between the hands. Warrior one, back heel down, rise up. Slow exhale down. Chaturanga, right, shift forward, and then lower chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. 5 deep breaths. And I want to remind you to not go too low on those chaturanga push-ups. The shoulders should stay at elbow height or higher. I say this because I hurt myself, not one time, but by by doing it too many times for over a long period of time. Okay, take one more deep breath, pressing your belly and your heart towards your thighs. The very end of the exhale, bending the knees, preparing to come forward. And finishing the exhale at the top, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Rising up, bend the knees, sit back, chair pose, Utkatasana, and let it go. Exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Sun Salutation B. Inhale, bent knees, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Tricep push up. Slide the heart forward, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot forward. Low lunge turns to warrior one as you reach up. Exhale to the ground. Again, chaturanga. So we're skipping inhale, up dog. Skipping an extra inhale and down dog. We step left foot right away forward. Warrior one. And take your time with these transitions and flows. We do meet in down dog every time. And we hold in down dog 5 breaths. If down dog becomes a bit much, your breath gets lost or choppy, and take it down to child's pose, or if it bothers the wrists at all, you need a little stretch out. Another way, if it bothers the wrists and you're fine with the hamstrings, is to take the elbows down to dolphin pose instead. This makes it a little tough to transition, but we do what we can. And last breath, the exhale brings you forward. Half lift, forward fold, chair pose, sit back, reach up. And let it go. One more sun salutation, B, Surya Namaskar, B. Inhale, bent knees, Utkatasana, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step forward, jump back, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Warrior one. And we go down again. Step back. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back. Chaturanga. Lift to upward dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Here we go. 5 breaths, down dog. Last 5 breath hold count here. At least for this pose. 1, 2, 3, 4, And 5, step or hop forward. Half lift, forward fold, chair pose, sit back. Inhale, bend the knees and reach up. And let it go, all the way down. Good job. Step or jump the feet, hip distance apart. Right, you can face the same way you were at. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hook the peace sign fingers on the big toes as you fold down. Lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows and try to pull yourself down and through. Straighten the legs as much as you can as you press through the outer feet. Like you're trying to split the floor apart. Keep shifting forward a little bit more, weights more in the balls of the feet. Try it. And lift up halfway, take an inhale. Slide the hands underneath the feet. And stepping on the palms, pull down. All right, lift up, take an inhale. Exhale, half lift, hands on hips. Inhale, rise up. Step the feet together. I gotta switch sides, so I'm gonna be over here, but you stay where you are. You're gonna take your right foot and step it back. We'll do our triangle pose. Right foot back, open up the arms, find your balance. Turn the right toes to the back of the mat, left heel towards the front. Reach it long, right hand slides down the right leg. You can find hand on the floor, a block, or hooking your big toe and pulling upward. That works too. And then we reach back up, we lift up and inhale. Bend the knees as much as needed. Switch to the other side, pivot. Hips kind of diagonal. Bump the right side back, reach long in the left hand. Place left hand down, right arm reaches up. Roll that chest open. Press the upper back so it's in line with the leg. Try to get less weight on that left hand too, so we're not dumping into it. Instead, lifting, lengthening, strengthening. Again, lifting back up. We'll bend that left knee just slightly. Inhale, lift. And then we switch to our twist. We turn to the back, adjust so the hips are to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches long and place it to the inside or outside of the foot. As your torso twists, the shoulders stack and we reach up with the right hand. Now this is a balance pose, so be mindful of that. You might find yourself wobbling. Revolved triangle. Some people call this a revolved pyramid. It is more of a pyramid stance than a triangle stance. Keep your gaze up towards that right hand, fingertips together. And rise up, lift up, inhale. Think sort of windmill around, switching sides. Front of the mat, reach along with the right hand, place it down on the inside or outside of the foot. This one you can press the hand into the floor rather than getting light. Press actively, looking up past the left thumb. Maintain that deep, steady breath. We take about 5 in each pose. It might be 4, might be 5, depending on how the duration of each of your breaths. All right, rising up, inhale. We'll step to the top of the mat. Just take a single breath in and out. And we'll step the right foot back again, heading to side ankle. So face the back of the mat, back heel again, left heel towards the front, bent right knee. Arms reach long. Reach as far as you can past your right toes and place your hand to the outside of the foot. You can go elbow to thigh as well, as long as you keep a straight line from crown of the head to heel. But if we bend a little deeper, taking that right hand, fingertips to the outside of the foot, press the right knee towards the tricep and extend the left arm forward, palm facing down. Extended side angle. Look up towards left hand. Okay, rising back up. We can take that left arm down and around, or however it works. To straighten, pivot, switch, shift. Your long legs, long warrior two stance. Reach long with that left hand. Place it down to the outside of the foot. Right arm extends overhead. Look up. Okay, bringing this back up. Inhale. Press into that knee to help you. Rise and switch to the back of the mat. I always like to do at least these 4 poses: the triangle revolved, side angle revolved, side angle, or revolved lunge. So I take my back knee down first because it helps get deeper into the twist. Left elbow across the body, across the right thigh. Right hand presses into the left hand, and you look over right shoulder. Then it's up to you if you want to tuck the back toes and lift the knee, or open the arms, or anywhere in between that. All right, rising up, lift up, switching sides. So we're going to windmill across, pivot in the feet. You start with that right knee down. If you're on carpet like me, it's extra squishy. Otherwise, you can also pad up the knee with a blanket or a towel. Press the left hand into the right, that twist as you hook the right elbow across. And decide the depth you would like to take it. Lifted knee for leg strength. Open arms for a deeper twist. And rise up out of that. Open and step forward. All right, we're gonna step it back. Take a deep breath, of course. Step the right foot back once more. We've got, I'll do 2 of these today, our wide forward fold. So the feet are parallel to one another. Hands on hips, roll the shoulders back, deep inhale, look up. Exhale, place the hands like chaturanga arms, elbows underneath the shoulders, bend the elbows, hands down, fold forward. And it's okay if your head doesn't touch the floor. Today I cannot get as low as I typically do. Each day is going to be a different story, different journey for your body. Okay, lifting halfway, inhale. Exhale, hands on hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pause. Open the arms wide, inhale. Interlace the hands behind the back. Exhale, press down, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, forward fold, hands behind the back, squeezing the hands together, pressing the knuckles skyward. Right, rising up, inhale. Release, hands on the hips. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Good, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands through the heart center, forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or jump back, lower down. Gazing at the top of the mat. Inhale, heart lifts up, dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Step or hop forward to chair pose. Sit, feet together, bend the knees, sit back. Inhale, reach up. So we'll stay here. You can take hands to heart if it's bothersome on the shoulders or the back, or arms up and open. It's finding a way to get a little deeper as you sink into those heels. And from this chair pose, hands come down, exhale, straighten the legs. Not straighten, you can keep them bent. Lift the heels, hands down, knees around the elbows, look forward, shift forward, knees on the triceps or in the armpits. Lift one foot at a time, or no feet, look forward, crow pose or crane pose, one or the other. And step or jump back, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Let's take it to warrior one. Step the right foot forward. Back heel spins down, reach up, warrior one. Connecting the hands. Avoiding that big arch in the back by pulling the lower belly in. Can you bend a little bit more through that right leg? Keep looking up. Straighten that right leg, pivot to the other side. Warrior one on the left knee bend. Can you keep the hands pressing at the top actively? Bring the hands down, warrior two. Open arms, reaching long, looking towards the left fingertips. So in the same direction we just were. Adjust the feet. You might go wider in the stance. Switch to the other side, straighten the left leg. Pivot so the right knee is bent. Press down through the pinky toe of the right foot and look beyond the right fingertips this time. Right, reach forward, hands come down to the floor, framing that front foot, back heel lifts up, step back, chaturanga, up dog, and downward facing dog. Okay, here's where we get a little bit different in our movements. So you're gonna take that right leg and lift it up behind you. Hold it here. If you want to open that knee or open the hip and bend the knee, that's cool. We can rotate through the ankle or do kind of any movement. We'll take that similar 5 breath count in a single leg down dog. Good. And leveling off the hips, let's lift that right leg a little higher. Step it between the hands into your low lunge. Take the back knee down to the floor. Flatten that foot, hands come up to the thigh. Press down to roll the shoulders back, press down into the leg, like you're sliding your knee forward and getting a lot of length and stretch through that left leg. And then reach the hands up. You can keep them connected or open as you reach back. Adding more heart opening as you keep the lower abs still trying to come forward. And then straighten that right leg, sit back, half splits. Now I'll give you the option of doing half right here. You can hold it, pull the toes back, or slide a little bit deeper. So you might have a block or two, or you just want to get a little bit deeper by separating the legs. A block or two could be great underneath the hands or underneath the hamstrings. Keep lengthening through the top of the head as you send your heart down towards the shins. Rebending to that right knee. Got to scooch in a little bit again. Rebend, tuck the back toes under. Hands just in front of the right foot. Lift that back leg, standing splits. You can walk the hand closer to the ankle. Maybe grab onto the ankles for balance. Challenge. One hand or two. Okay, rebending into that right knee, step way back into a lunge. Right foot goes back. Extend, plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. That should feel like a good stretch on that right hip flexor. Exhale, downward dog. Second side. Lift the left leg up behind you. Ooh, feel that right leg. So you can open up the knee, bend the knee and open up the hip. You get about 5 breaths to work this single leg down dog, and the way that works for you. Keep equal weight in the hands though. You level off the hips, take a deep breath in as you lift the heel. Exhale, step forward between the hands. Back knee comes down. Got this crescent lunge, low kneeling crescent lunge. Hands come up to your thigh, hold it. Can you lengthen that back leg even more? It doesn't mean getting the knee over the ankle of the front leg. It means scooching the back foot farther back. So actively pressing into the hands, drawing that knee leg forward without moving over the toes. And from there, reaching up. And then take it forward, straightening that front leg, shifting the hips back, hands come down, left toes pull back, half splits. Or full splits if you're in that, so you can get deeper. Okay, to standing splits in a moment. So let's give it one more deep breath. Rebend left knee, tuck the back toes under. Lift the right leg. You can point the toes, that's cool. Usually in this one, we want to keep the thigh, the quads pointed down, or the hips rolled in, so it's an inward rotation, internal rotation. It can be tempting to open up to get higher, but you'll find more strength and stability if we keep this as a closed hip, internal hip pose. And then a little bit taller inhale. We're trying that balance. Hands grabbing the ankle. Ooh, maybe not. Okay, bending into that left knee. Step way back and step the left foot back. Vinyasa. And we're going to get into some back bends, our heart opening. So we lift or shift forward to our plank pose. Lower to your belly. All the way down. Feet together. Hands reach back. Press the tops of the hands into the floor, palms face up. Roll the shoulders back and lift the heart. Then lift the legs. We'll do a series of about 4, I believe. We'll see. It's a series of back bends with our half, it's like a half vinyasa in between. All right, lower back down. And this is our little half vinyasa. We go up dog to down dog. Press into the hands, slide the heart forward, up dog, downward dog, exhale. And then shift forward, lower to your belly again. Gently, of course. Lift up onto your forearms. We'll do half at a time. Bend one knee, grab with that same foot, or hands to foot, press it downward. Now you might see what I'm doing, be like, no way. That's okay. If you're right here and you're feeling the stretch in the quad, awesome. If you need a little bit more, then the foot comes to the outside of the leg and keep pressing the hips down, anchoring them into the floor. This can be a good shoulder stretch too. And then switch sides. So you just let that go. Switch it. Grab the other foot, press down. Other forearms on the floor. Press the hip bone into the ground. Get it anchored. So the reason we did those lunges, just so you're aware, the crescent lunge, is to prepare us for some of these back bends. Helps to stretch out the quads, this area, not just the back we need to be flexible, but the entire front line of the body. Okay, release that one. We won't do both at the same time. Instead, we'll do our half vinyasa. Press to up dog, downward facing dog, exhale. Shift forward, lower down. We've got bow pose next, and we will do both feet at the same time. If you have a wall next to you, you might want to scooch over for what the pose will go into with this. So with bow pose, feet bend, grab the ankles, tops of the feet, big toes touch. You can always just reach towards the legs as well. You can still get that activation. If you've got the feet, press into the hands and lift. Keep the big toes close to touching, knees hip distance. Gaze is in a neutral alignment with your spine. Your neck is. So gazing about a few feet in front of your nose. And here's where we change things up. We do a little floppy fish roll, or whatever you want to call it. So you roll onto the right side. And you keep looking as if you were looking slightly upwards. Press the feet into the hands. And it's a huge shoulder stretch for that right side. Switch sides. We bring it back to center. And then other side, roll. This is where I don't have a whole lot of space. That's okay. I'll do what I can. Don't let your head fall. Good, and back to the center. Lift up for 5 more breaths. Bow pose, Dhanurasana. How are those quads feeling? And lower down slowly. Press into the hands, upward facing dog. Knees down, child's pose, sit back. Slowly. Take a few breaths in your child's pose, getting comfortable. Roll yourselves up so you're sitting on your heels. Press into the hands. You might lift and bring the legs through or just swing the legs around. Legs out in front of you. Roll the inner thighs in and together. Lift up nice and tall. Staff pose. Take your hands down next to your sides. Roll those shoulders back. Pull the toes back and just sit tall. We ease our way into our forward fold instead of just going right to the opposite of what we just did. So find more length, pressing the knees down. Reach those hands up. Reach forward. Wherever you feel like, you're stuck there, take the hands down. So you want to feel it through the back of the body, but not too much of a strain through that lower back or any part of the back or hamstrings. A tiny bit of a round is fine. Just none of this hunchy back. Try to get your belly forward, chest forward. And lifting back up. We're going to do a different kind of twist today. So instead of doing all this vinyasa stuff, we're going to do a certain kind of twist. So legs out in front of you. Let's see if I can do this. Listen to what I'm saying, and I might be looking like I'm doing the opposite. Your left foot is either going to come to your inner thigh or to half lotus, right? That might come afterwards though. The other foot is going to come into that hurdler's type of stretch. So the foot goes back, roll the calf open or away, get that hip down, and the other foot is either in the inner thigh or up in half lotus. Okay? So be very mindful of the knees here. Take your opposite hand from this, or the same, this lotus leg, same hand, goes around to find the big toe, maybe. Good. Reach up with that, for me it's my right hand, the other hand. You can either hold on to the knee or flip the palm, so the palm is coming down and your knee's on the back of the hand. And we twist and look back over the left shoulder. The name of this pose, I'm not sure, but it's a twist with a bunch of hip stuff. Can you sit a little bit taller? Twists are a really great combo for back bends, right? Release that. I'm just going to switch sides. You might take your legs out straight again. And if this thing is not happening, this the hurdlers type pose isn't happening, that's okay. You can simply bring your legs together in any kind of cross-leg position. Then it's the right foot, the other foot that comes in into just foot to thigh or up to half lotus. Oh, tight hip. You'll notice difference in the side sometimes. So the one that's in half lotus, the hand goes around to find the toe, maybe. Other arm reaches up, find a lot of length. Either pressing onto the knee, hold on, press, look back over the right shoulder, or take the back of the wrist to the knee, palm down, and look back. We're trying to get that right knee down, or that knee that's in half lotus down a little farther. It helps to open the hips. Good. And release that, coming to the center. Release the legs. And before we come down, we will do our boat pose because we can. So lean back, 45 degrees or so, knees together. Lean back. We'll do 3 of them today. Lift the legs, reach forward. 5 breaths. 1, 2, new and straightening. 3, 4, 5, cross the ankles. A little pickup, you can go toes on the ground or not. Try to keep them lifted. Pick up your backside, lower back down. We've got another one, number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch it. Switch the crossing of the legs. Pick up. And lift once more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the ankles, roll forward, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Let's take the knees down or jump through, cross the ankles. We're going to lie back onto our backs, actually. So all the way down. Roll it down. 2 back bends. We'll start with bridge pose. Feet down, knees up, hip distance. Palms go down to next to your sides. Lift the hips. You can squeeze the shoulders or even interlace the fingertips, fingers behind you. And lower back down. So we can take any kind of neutralizing poses, even just resting here, the lower back down. You can do a knee hug or windshield wipers. And then one more back bend. So you can choose bridge pose again or flip the hands so the elbows are to the sky, palms by your shoulders. Press into the hands and the feet to lift to our wheel pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Heart pressing towards your gaze and straightening out the legs. And lower back down from wherever you are. Same thing, we reset for a moment. Onto our inversion. And that could just mean legs up the wall, legs straight up. If your back and neck feeling okay today, you want to try it. Elbows pressed to the floor. Keep them hugged in close to your rib cage. Lift the hips, hands and low back. Shoulders stand. Keep the gaze up towards the toes, not left and right, not looking at me. From shoulder stand, we can go to plow pose, feet behind you. If you're in legs up the wall, you can stay there or roll back if you so choose to your plow pose. By bending your knees around your ears or finding a place that's comfortable. As comfortable as you can be upside down. You roll yourself down from wherever you are. And keep the right knee hugged in. Let's do a twist. So right leg in, let's simple spinal twist. Take the legs over to the left side or that right leg across the body. Open up the arms and reach. And then switch sides. Bring the leg back. Give it a little squeeze in to reset. And then switch. Left knee in. And across your body. Exhale. And bring that knee back up to the top. Give it a little squeeze in. And then both knees in, rock side to side, happy baby pose. And this is about the time where we're going to conclude our practice. I don't go through all of the finishing postures of the Ashtanga series. You're definitely welcome to do that though, if you would like, involving some seated meditation and mindfulness. But we will head to our Shavasana for this practice. So then extend those legs wherever is comfortable. Let the feet fall open, hands rest by your side, and we'll spend a few minutes right here, absorbing what we just took in and allowing ourselves this peace, this quiet before we begin the rest of our day. So letting go of any effort with the breath, allow your body to be still and heavy and enjoy this time. And I'll guide you out to conclude in a few minutes. All right, let's take a deep breath in and wiggle your fingers and toes. Coming back to this place, your mat, your breath. Reach your hands overhead for that long stretch. You awaken, second time today. Bend the knees and roll to your side. Typically it's right side, but you can choose whatever side works for you. And we're going to press ourselves up into this seated pose of sorts. Seated pose. A comfortable seated pose where we conclude and finish our practice. Take those hands, reach up. And hands down to your hearts. And like bookends, we'll end with an Om again. So a single breath first. Let it go. Another inhale and join in if you'd like. Thank you so much for joining in our Saturday morning Ashtanga-ish yoga, and have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.